are, the four crazy people here on the 4th of July weekend, Friday. And I guess it's hot. How's it going, guys? There's Art. Say hi, Art. Kevin. And I think
Uh,
Dan's floating around in the ether.
Yeah,
Ethel.
Dan
Ethel
somewhere.
Merman. There he
Working
is.
on my background here, guys. Sorry.
There's
You got to be
Dan.
like us. You got to be the cool kids. You're setting
I'm
the whole
working on it.
branding off. Yeah, okay, all right.
How hot is it in Michigan?
It's 96. I just went out and it was 96, which is pretty hot, and it's humid, and I love it. It's freaking. I like this. I
Our
like it a
dew
lot.
our dew point is 85, and I think I saw the temperature. Again, I'm right next to the beach, so we were at
Yeah.
90. But
Ooh.
inland in Jersey is 102, 103.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Okay, that's hot. All right.
well, hot with humid.
Yeah, I don't think our dew point is that hot, but it. What do we say in Wisconsin? It's cooler by the beach. Of course, they meant a cooler of booze, but it's cooler by the beach.
Or cooler by the lake.
Yeah.
Pretty warm in
Cooler by the
Northwest
lake.
Florida.
Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Where are you at? Northwest. Oh, on the Panhandle or not?
Yep. Navarre, Florida, right in between Destin and Pensacola.
I know Pensacola, and I know Destin. Destin had a bunch of UFOs one year. I remember that. And Pensacola is a naval base. Been there many times.
Yeah, there's Eglin Air Force Base is right around the corner. So there has been UFO stuff happen here in the area, and we have bombing nightly where you'll hear shelling most nights. Boom, 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 boom. There's a lot of target
Fireworks.
practice. Yeah, target
no
practice.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean,
About 5 different sets of guns that you'll typically hear going off.
well, are those what, land-based, and they're shooting at drones and targets in the air? Oh, that's cool.
They own all the property up north of there's a whole section there, so it sounds like you would think somebody's knocking on the door, really banging on it real loud, and look like what is going on.
America. That's
Wait,
cool.
America.
Yeah.
we had one out here where they were shelling something and it ricocheted off a berm and it went through somebody's house. It didn't hurt anybody, but like they had this big hole in the wall.
My God. That's like golf balls if you live on a golf course.
Oh yeah.
So
Wow.
let's get some news. There's not going to be that much. Pretty short week.
Yeah, what's new in copiers? What's new?
Not a lot, but did anybody see the press release for Pacific Automation?
No.
It came in. They learned elite dealer status from Sharp. I don't think we need to delve into that, correct?
No. I love the people at Sharp.
It was an interesting one out on the West Coast. Anthropic expands in Seattle as AI boom offers hope for struggling office market.
Oh,
Anybody catch that?
no. It's in Seattle. Is that
Yeah,
what it says?
in expanding its Seattle footprint, leasing additional space as it continues to hire engineers, researchers, and AI specialists. Company has become one of the fastest growing AI employers in the region. States here, Seattle's office market has struggled. I wonder why. Since the pandemic and elevated vacancy rates. But AI companies are emerging one of the few sectors actively absorbing premium space.
Seattle. Good luck with that. All right, cool. Anthropic's been in the news a lot lately, doing all their goofy stuff, and now what? They're getting one of their models banned or something taken off. They're in a fight with the White House. I think it's all media architecture for their. Are they still doing an IPO? Does anyone know? Anyone? Yeah.
Don't
I
know.
don't know. I hadn't heard
They were
anything.
planning on doing an IPO, so they were trying to rustle up some media coverage. And what was it? Oh, they said we can't release this because it's too dangerous. Well,
Right.
that's one way to jack
It's great
up the
marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
Beanie Babies.
So our next one is Konica Minolta debuts PKI Cloud Suite for Microsoft 365, GCC and GCC high environments. High environment. Says here, new BizHub MFP integration brings CAC / PIV. Oh, based identity. That's right up your alley. Kevin.
Yeah, it's common access cards and PIV. They're the access cards that you walk around with, and then you can authenticate. So that's what that's talking about. And it's I think they're using Microsoft Azure cloud. So
Right.
it's access control and identity for the devices. Yeah.
Got it. So GCC is Government Community Cloud.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. And basically going to use it for, but didn't it say something about identity?
Yeah. So these cards are your identity, basically.
Well, right, right.
So you walk up and badge in. So the theme is that these I saw another manufacturer today. There's a lot more news on, especially LinkedIn, right? But about printer security. So and there's a lot of things involved, firewalls and encryption and identity and cards. So you're seeing that as a reoccurring theme. So I love it that these vendors are paying attention to it. So good to KM for that.
Yeah, it says here they create a unified framework for extended trusted identity to print and scan operations without relying on traditional fragmented approaches to devices and
Yep.
workflow controls.
Huh.
But if I have somebody else's badge, I can be that person.
You can, and that's why. The CAC and the PIVs are certainly for convenience.
Yeah.
But if you use things like facial identity or other kinds of biometrics, then you have a higher level. So it's not a perfect solution. It's more CAC and PIVs are yes, they're identity, but they're more convenience than high security. Because you're right. If you steal somebody's card or get access to somebody's card, then then what's the point, right? Then you can just pretend you're somebody else. But yeah.
Correct. So I got this really cool email from somebody who follows me on YouTube. And basically, I'll read a little bit of it. He said, my dad was a longtime Minolta copier dealer and has kept two Minolta EP450Zs from the early 80s. We've spoken briefly about this machine. That is the first analog copy machine that could actually had a zoom lens on it and could reduce or enlarge up to 1/10 of 1%, right? Amazing machine. We sold it like hotcakes, and I was getting the list price out of the unit.
Wow.
I think it resold for, I even forget, 12K, but all I know is we were getting maximum GP, and at the time we were getting 50% commissions. Those were some pretty incredible days. Anyway, he goes on to say they include the original cabinet, feed, collator, genuine Minolta toner, manual sales lit accessories, and have almost zero copy counts on them.
Oh, wow.
Right. Goes on to say, we're helping my dad downsize, and rather than seeing these machines recycled, we're hoping to find somebody who truly appreciates the history and realize they may not be something you're personally interested in, but I was wondering if you might know of somebody or a collector.
Isn't there a copier museum somewhere? I could have swore I heard of something like
that. 2 weeks ago, we spoke about one that had named the 450 as one of the best copiers of all time. It was almost like a Hall of Fame type thing. But I did reach out to Mike, and since Mike was part of Minolta back in the 80s, I asked him if he knew of anybody, or if maybe even Konica Minolta wants the machines.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I would love to take the machines, but I can't fit them. But I told them I definitely wanted the brochures because I'd like to scan the brochures and digitize them.
Art, I did see a Xerox device at a thrift store, Habitat for Humanity, like a month or two ago, and I ended up taking a picture of it. I'll have to send it to you. It was a functional unit. I'm looking at a picture of it. I'll send it. It had all the parts and it looks like it even has a spare fuser or toner or something there. So thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think the Smithsonian has like a whole office technology.
Really?
Seriously. Yeah, I think we get everything from the abacus to a typewriter to all that stuff. It probably has fax machine. I'm sure it has the Xerox. Yeah.
So we got some stuff for robots. You've heard of Agibot, right? They completed a 6-day continuous production trial using humanoid robots at Longcheer Technologies manufacturing facility in Nanchang, China. Robots achieved an estimated 99% task success rate while operating in live production environment. They perform quality inspections, material handling, component transport, and product support for more than 64 consecutive hours of active work over the 6-day period. The trial was designed to validate reliability in real manufacturing rather than a controlled laboratory demonstration.
Be more and more of that. BMW's been doing it for a couple of years. What didn't we have something a couple months ago? It was broadcast live, like
Yeah.
5 days of operation. Who was that?
Figure AI was doing that. They were sorting the packages coming off the assembly line.
Yeah, I watched it. I mean, how is my life?
How about
And watch the,
Apptronik? Anybody heard of Apptronik?
yeah, yeah.
Unveiled
Another humanoid.
unveiled the Robot Park, a 90,000 square foot humanoid robot training facility
Oh,
in Austin, Texas. Designed as a large scale physical AI data factory where fleets of robots continuously perform real world tasks to generate training data for next generation AI
that's
models.
right.
Maybe we can get them to give us a tour of their facility.
They're in Galveston. Is that what you said?
No, Austin.
Austin.
Yeah, Austin's a nice town. Rodeo town.
No,
Rodeo.
Tech Town.
Oh, yeah, now it is. Yeah.
Let's see, facility houses the new Apollo 2 humanoid robot featuring upgraded actuators, large battery, improved sensors, and approximately 4-hour runtime. Interchangeable wielder bipedal configurations. So I guess that means 4-hour runtime is hopefully those robots can change their own batteries instead of a human actually having to run interference and
from behind and yep.
yeah, change your own battery.
Yep.
It said Robot Park also support Apptronik's partnership with Google DeepMind. Anybody heard of Google DeepMind?
Yeah. That's the portion of Google. They're out of London, out of the UK mainly, and their main guy, his name's Demis Habbousis. I'm not sure how you say his last name,
Yeah.
but he's a genius chess player at the age of like 10, and so he's been the one leading that portion of Google for a few years now. They actually were the ones that he won the Nobel Prize for protein folding. So they're actively curing cancer. And so that's what's running Gemini under the covers underneath Google Notebook and Gemini, all the different things. It's Google's DeepMind. So they're doing some really good stuff. Now they've been getting beat up a little bit on the AI race, and they're a little bit under the gun with compute, which it seems like everybody's under the gun with compute, right? So, but yeah, they're right on the leading edge of stuff with Google.
Yeah, it goes on to say
it's good. Yeah, go on.
And robotics too.
Yeah, it goes on to say providing massive amounts of real world operational data to improve Gemini robotics foundation models. So I guess the Gemini that's odd. It's Apptronik robot trying to put 2 and 2 together with Gemini robotics.
I'm not familiar with the Apptronik side, but I did visit with them when I was in Vegas at the Google Next conference and stopped and visited with that. They had a whole section devoted to it with robotics, mainly static arm and more traditional type of factory type of robotics rather than humanoid.
Got it. Yeah. It says current deployments include customer pilots with Mercedes-Benz and GXO Logistics, where Apollo robots perform material handling, parts delivery, and warehouse tasks. Interesting.
Moving. DeepMind is a good one to attach. I mean, looking at embodied AI, because they've been around for a while, right? I think they were like, right? Yeah. If I think DeepMind was going up against Deep Blue, wasn't it? Because Deep Blue is the IBM one,
right?
And then, not to be outdone, Google went DeepMind, and Deep Blue faded.
Right.
DeepMind keeps going, and the protein.
I'd say, I mean, there's a great Amazon Prime video, actually a documentary came out in the last few months about that. I'll have to look up the title for it, but it specifically follows him and what they're doing. And it's, it's fairly recent too. And it's, they're, all money off to the side. Like, what if they could cure cancer and cure most of our major diseases in the next 10 years? That's very real for all of us. So hats off to them on that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. The protein folding thing. And
Yes.
maybe, can you explain what that is, Dan? The
I mean,
protein folding?
a
I
little
know, I
bit. I
know.
mean, it's kind of like code. It's writing code of how your stuff works. And so when you're taking A's and T's and C's and putting those things together and your RNA is coming through and stamping those things going through, protein folding, understanding how that works. So building your medicine for you, not just you taking a blanket that maybe 5% of it applies to you. No, we're going to make something specifically that fixes the way that your code writes. I don't know if
Right,
that
right.
helps or not,
No,
but
no, no. It's protein, so it's biological and it's
Mhm.
individual to your or to somebody's DNA and RNA.
Sure.
And it's extremely interesting because when they can fold proteins, you can actually begin to create life, right? Because now we're manipulating the proteins and all, the things that
That's kind of a
go to make
separate
life.
issue, but the LLMs are beautiful for this because that's where
Yep.
they shine is that. So that's really a great use of that.
It's interesting. It's interesting. As a
It's
teenager, basically, how can I say, everybody, teen, teenagers, we were crazy, right? All of us were crazy,
I
doing
have no idea what you're
things
talking
that
about.
maybe we look back on now and say, why the hell did I do that? Anyway, um,
We were destructive, not constructive. Is that what you're saying?
No.
destructive, constructive, trying out different types of drugs. Let's call it.
Medicinal.
Oh, okay. I didn't. All right. You're off in a
Uh,
different direction. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was
Yeah.
going in that direction, and
Okay.
uh, at an early age, I noticed that everybody reacted different when they took the same thing.
yeah,
Oh, really? Well, okay. I've never. So, well, that makes sense, right? Because everyone's different. So it's going to
mhm,
impact.
sure.
It's
Same
very
way.
interesting you bring that up
Correct.
because hallucinogens are hot right now, right? I mean, there's
Well,
controlled environments that people are going into, and
they were hot back
all.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
Just like two people, if two people took mescaline, right? Or peyote,
Well, peyote. Yeah.
two people would get different highs.
What is the one? Here we go. I think it's LSD, or there's one where you take and everyone sees the same things.
It's DMT.
Is it
So
DMT?
yeah, you're
Oh,
talking
okay,
about a
Dan.
DMT. Well, it's not like it's not even really necessarily drug oriented. It's more thought and very
Okay.
controlled clinical studies of. But yeah, it's apparently a 10 to 15 minute experience that is like death and then rebirth
Oh,
Oh my God,
without
geez.
that's
ego. Like
exactly right.
it is, and people typically see like a praying mantis person, like a very universally speaking with them, helping them with things. Like check it out. It's a strange,
That is exactly what I heard. The
yeah,
praying
it's,
mantis thing
yeah.
and the life and
Wow.
death thing. And
And
when you have
apparently
that,
sorry, Greg.
no, go ahead, Dan. You know more
Well,
than I do.
apparently, if you do that inappropriately, you apparently they will apparently not allow you back to that realm. So and that's universal. Like apparently, once they do
Oh,
that too often, and they're like, "You're done here." Nope. And it doesn't matter if you just took it. There you come right back, and they're like, "Nope, you're out."
Dan,
I don't understand it, but that's
Dan,
apparently.
let me ask you, have you seen the mantis?
I have not seen the mantis. I have not.
that shall now be our new code word.
Right.
You're in the continuum. Have you seen the mantis?
Exactly. That's the Cricket's logo, right?
All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's yeah. So we were getting a little bit off track there.
Yeah.
There's not that much news.
But Art, on that note, though, quite frankly, I'm looking at the flags here, psilocybin in particular has gotten some really good, very good press, in particular for our veterans for PTSD.
That's
Yeah.
mushrooms.
So there's some very good clinical uses
Mushrooms.
of things that are some things are changing and shifting that I think are a good thing.
That's Mushrooms, shrooms,
Shroom,
right?
Yes.
Shroomer
Yeah.
daddies. Yep.
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 One of my favorites. Peyote, mescaline. Yeah.
Wow.
DMT.
Well,
Praying
I don't
mantis
think
man.
Art's done DMT yet. That seems to be a new thing. What is DMT a synthetic?
It's
or
I
gotta
is
have
be.
it
no idea. I'm not familiar.
I've
I
never
think
heard
you-
of it before.
It's new-ish. It's newish. I don't
Yeah.
know what that means, right? So who was it? It was on a show.
Joe Rogan has a
Podcast.
number of
It
folks
was
on
Joe
that talk.
Rogan.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Rogan.
Yeah, it was Joe Rogan. Yeah. So, but that now we can really step into it. This is the whole AI thing is impacting society in so many different ways that the things like we just talked about would never have been acceptable in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and now it's like, okay, all right, right? We're just talking about it's possible, and it's because what we're seeing real results with the protein folding,
Mhm.
right? That's a real result, and it's here we go, because the pharmaceuticals have all taught us that synthetics will make you better when probably the organics have always been there and will always make you better, but it doesn't make the pharmaceuticals money. And don't get me on that side of the world. I don't want to go there, but there is a leverage point that, money talks, and grow your mushrooms in your backyard.
Now that would be cool.
Right? Yeah. Right. So, okay. So mushrooms and Christmas. You guys know do you guys know this whole story about the mushrooms and Christmas?
No.
The mushrooms, the natives somewhere, the mushrooms were bright red, right? Bright red, and you'd have to dry them out. So what they would do is they grew underneath evergreens.
Right. I do recall that. Yep.
You would have to pull them out of the ground, and you had to dry them, so they would hang them on the evergreen, right? And they would dry out. So you're looking at a Christmas tree and these mushrooms are bright red and speckled white, so they look like ornaments nowadays, right?
Isn't that the Mario mushrooms?
Just saying, yes. See, it's embedded, and then I think there's some place that outlawed these mushrooms, and people would deliver them in bags late at night, and sometimes through the chimney. The guy would go up in the chimney, drop the mushrooms down.
And that's
This is
the
documented.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus thingamajigger.
Hmm.
Right. I mean, there's a whole. I'm not doing the story credit, but there's a whole thing about that. You're reading, going, oh my god, oh wow, the Christmas tree and the mushrooms being hung on the evergreen. That's what got me. It's like, oh wow. Anyway, I
Hey.
think that was on Rogan too, but
Possibly.
We've got one more quick update. Then we'll see where this talk takes us. HP, Intel, and Xerox are all chasing the same comeback. History says only one survives. Intel, viewed as the strongest turnaround candidate due to AI momentum, foundry expansion, Google and NVIDIA partnerships, and approximately $17 billion in cash. HP, producing steady revenue growth and strong cash flow, but largely relying on cost reductions, dividends, and share repurchases rather than creating a new high-growth business. Xerox, attempting to transform into an IT services, managed services company through acquisitions, including Lexmark, IT Savvy, and Powerland, while traditional print continues to decline. Xerox.
where did you see that? What report are you reading? That's great.
Just came off on one of my updates, Google updates, alerts. It says Xerox's balance sheet remains a major concern with high debt, negative earnings, shrinking organic revenue, and pressure on equipment margins, despite acquisition-driven revenue growth. So the author ranks them as the one that will survive, and as 1, 2, 3, Intel, HP, and Xerox. Might want to rethink that Xerox stock purchase.
Well, I just looked today. Invested $1,000 at 315. I think it's down to 208.
Oh shit!
So I believe it'll get to 12 or 12 to 24, but I don't know if it'll go any further. I don't know. And we're starting to bump up against, where did they get their money from? Remember, didn't they sell something?
They were selling
they
real estate and patents
and their IP.
And they have nothing left. So the tick tock.
They don't have the manufacturing anymore. They sold almost all of their physical locations.
I wish I was a fly on the wall and see if they are truly going to move out of hardware. If they're going to move out of hardware, they got a chance. But
so, Greg, I know that is it Croatia?
Kyocera, not Kyocera.
No,
I know.
no.
Yeah, the lovely young lady on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, so she had a talk actually with Louis Pasteur.
I saw that.
You saw
We
it?
wrote about it. Yeah, we wrote about it.
It was
Yeah, I
about
saw it.
45 minutes and didn't tell me much of anything in the whole 45 minutes,
Classic.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to
classic.
share some stuff. I'm going to share my screen since tomorrow is the 4th of July and stuff around here in Jersey is,
Did you go see the tall boats?
well,
Oh
hold on.
yeah, Art. I want to.
Uh,
Oh, you
maybe
stole
I
his
stole his
thunder.
thunder.
You
Damn it.
son of a.
Damn it.
Damn it.
So this
Damn
is
it, Bobby.
all from 19 minutes ago, 20 hours ago. Basically,
Oh
I was able to
really?
go into my backyard and I got the binoculars out and was able to see these ships. And tonight, the wife and I are actually going to drive over to Sandy Hook, where there's a just cars in and out all day long, up and down the highway, people taking pictures. This is the Coast Guard boat right
Yeah.
here.
There's a training cutter. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. There's 10 of them all packed together, like this picture here. This is from Sandy Hook, but there's a lot of haze, so that picture doesn't do it a lot of justice. There's the cutter again and another boat. I don't know what boat that is, but let's see what else we got here. What else?
Is the Constitution there?
I
hope
don't
it
know.
is.
I
It's
don't know.
Still viable. It still sails.
It might. So here, right here, this picture, there's two ships here, and that's the ferry that actually goes to New York City, back and forth to New York City.
Oh.
Those are big ships.
Yeah, but they actually have that ferry holds 350 people. So you can
Yeah.
see how big those ships are.
Yeah.
Those ferries basically run all year long back and forth to New York City.
I remember on 9/11 they were running back and forth. It was the ferries that pulled people off of.
The amount of boat traffic, just everybody going out and hopping in their boats to, go next to these ships, absolutely incredible.
That's cool.
Let's see.
Art, right here in my backyard in Eglin Air Force Base, we have the Blue Angels. So they perform up and down the coast. And so I was hearing them last night running up and down the coast, and they do a big spectacular thing along here on the 4th of July. So it's a lot of folks post
Did
up.
you say Elgin?
Eglin Air Force
Oh,
Base.
okay.
Which I'm respectfully going to correct you, because the Blue Angels are Navy, not Air Force. So they come out of Pensacola.
Thunderbirds, right?
Okay, yeah.
Thunderbirds are Air Force. Thunderbirds are
Yeah.
Air Force. Blue
Yeah.
Angels, which are 10 times better, are the Navy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
We have a Navy fan. Oh, wow. Well,
So
I
a couple
remember
of
the
these-
1976 tall ships. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Art.
A couple of these actually had their flags out, and I saw I think it was a flag from, I can't, some Norwegian had
Well, Norwegian,
has a cutter, has a large sailboat there.
they're like a sideways cross on a red background and a blue. There's a blue streak in Norway.
Might have been. I'm trying to see if any of them are
Oh,
here
look at
in these snaps.
I think they're doing something tonight at this Statue of Liberty.
So that background there, that's actually Sandy Hook. That's a 7-mile spit from the land, it's peninsula, and goes out into the New York Harbor.
Wow, what is that shot with all the people? Is that this year?
Oh no, probably not. It might have been. Some of them are now going into like
Right.
other towns and cities are having some of these. Let me change this to more tools. Where is time?
You just had it anytime right there. Any time.
There we go. Past week. There we go.
Quite an
That's the flag
operation.
that I saw right there. Whatever.
Quite an
flag that
operation
is.
to have one of those things running at full. Look at all those sails, having a whole team of people all operating as a cohesive unit. It would be hard to think about that. Like 30 people, 50 people. I don't know how.
I think that's the flag that I saw.
That one, that looks like Mexico, but I could be wrong.
5 people. I don't know.
5 people.
I think you'd have to have a hell of a lot more people than that.
Oh yeah, on those ships.
Yeah, I mean,
5 people per mast.
right, right.
if I could bring up Facebook. How about this flag here?
I'm gonna go with not Norway.
Peru?
That's not no. Could be Peru. Those things look South American to me. Peru,
Portugal, isn't?
Portugal. Oh, I was gonna say Portugal, but
Virginia. That's Virginia. Norfolk. I guess these tall ships are almost in most of these harbors doing sales.
well, they came up from I think Florida, so they came up the whole coast to ultimately arrive in New York on the 4th of July. So they've been stopping at all the cities.
Yeah,
So
but
I
we
guess-
can't. I can't wait to get out there tonight. It's going to be. There's one from 8 hours ago. Oh, where the hell is that?
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's getting ready to go into New York. That's actually the stevedores over in
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
the port.
Yeah,
Wow, that is fireworks.
yeah. The
I heard they're doing
fireworks should be interesting.
I heard some sort of light show is going to happen at the Statue of Liberty tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but it like the same company that lit up Notre Dame, and the Eiffel Tower during the Olympics. I don't know if you guys. Apparently, it's going to be a cool. Probably
Right.
thousands. I saw the first fireworks I saw was here in Detroit, and bang, it was really good. So I'm sure they're all going to be crazy. Have you guys seen the fireworks over L.A. every year
No.
from the backyards? Because fireworks has been banned in LA
Right.
for like
Right.
10 years. Nobody pays attention. So
Really?
you got to look at it. They look over the basin, and it is just like a professional fireworks show, but it's everyone's backyard. I know.
See the picture you're looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is
That
that?
is the oldest lighthouse in America.
Hmm.
That's in Sandy Hook. That's actually on Sandy Hook. And that lighthouse at one time was 300 feet from the ocean.
Oh,
Now it's almost a half a mile.
did they move it?
No,
Water receded, right?
it's a land. No, it's a land spit.
What?
So the sand keeps on, building up and building up,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh.
Is it still active? Is it still active lighthouse? Or is it
You can go in it. There's a museum. There's a museum over in here, and you can still go up into the lighthouse.
Okay.
See, right now, I'll show you something else, which is really cool. So I look out my window, and this is, and basically I see this lighthouse. It's called Twin Lights, built in
Wow.
1862.
Looks like a
I was
prison.
gonna
Yeah.
say, looks like,
That's what I
it's like
thought it was.
Shawshank.
It's the first something type of lenses, right? And there was two distinct towers, different shapes.
Oh,
And right in
Yeah.
this area, I think a mile down the road is where Marconi did his first. Was it
Radio.
the radio transmission. Yeah.
radio transmissions? Was in here, and then this is basically it's 300 feet. The elevation is 300 feet. So the
Oh.
view from this lighthouse is commanding of Sandy Hook, New York City. It's an amazing view from there.
So maybe
So
it was a
that would
fort.
be looking at
Oh,
it.
yeah. Look how high it is. Yeah.
From the
It's
bay.
high above. Okay.
And if it was over a little bit more, you could probably see the back of my house over to the right.
Cool.
That's just
Where
stuff about, that would be, that's an aerial
Oh.
view. That gives you the lighthouse, the marina, the bridge that goes into that 7-mile sand spit. And I think I've mentioned this before, that 7-mile sand spit used to be the Army's proving grounds for munitions
I remember you mentioning that.
To blow it up.
back in the early 1900s. So that's the sand spit that I'm talking about.
Fort Hancock. Okay.
So you get a better view. Staten Island,
All right.
that
Yeah.
right there is Brooklyn, right here. That's Manhattan, right there. So from here to here, it's 14 miles, nautical miles. Then over here is Long Island. And I'll show you where I live. Operations is right here, right where that mouse is. Wait, Miller? Is that Miller? Yeah, that's Miller. Yeah. So I am somewhere right around here. That's where I live.
Very cool, Art. Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. What's everybody's plans for the 4th? Fireworks?
Yeah.
Staying home.
I'm staying home. I will have multiple fireworks in all four directions. It'll go on all till midnight and past midnight.
Are you a firework person?
Well, I like fire.
I used to like them. No, just don't want to waste my money on.
Oh, you mean no, 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 no. I don't buy money. I have done that in the
As a
desert.
kid, I used to buy them.
Oh hell
but
yeah! But you
not
couldn't get
anymore.
what they got nowadays. The things that go up in the air.
Oh,
I mean, it's like
there was something on I saw it on Instagram, and it was like a bazooka. They were holding a bazooka, but it had like a Gatling gun of Roman candles in it.
I
And
saw
they
that.
just pressed the
God.
trigger and it shoot out
America.
continuous Roman candles. It was like, man, this is crazy. Now one of
didn't
those
we
I
used
would
to do
like.
that? I think we did that with bottle rockets, and we'd have bottle rocket war, right? And then
Sure.
what were those wooden, the paper tubes? The only one.
Streamers.
Just shoot bottle rockets at each other.
Yeah.
Some guys would hold those sticks. It's like,
Yeah,
God, hold-
yeah. Or you'd be in the
Oh.
car. You'd be in the car with somebody and light a firecracker and throw it at their feet next to you.
Those were harmless days. The biggest thing you could get was an M80, if I remember correctly. Remember the
Yeah.
M80s and they had the wick that was waterproof, so you could throw them in the lake. That was cool. Nowadays,
There's actually a drone show over in Destin here tomorrow evening.
oh,
So there were some of the residents that were a little upset that it's not fireworks anymore. But I told one guy at the dog park actually this morning, I said, from what I've heard, the drone shows are, if done properly, are amazing. So you might hold off on being too upset until you get a chance to check that out.
I've seen
they
some
are
on
nice.
I've seen some on Instagram, and they're actually amazing. Those
Yeah.
drone shows.
Yeah.
But no one's going to write a poem about the national anthem at a drone. You know, that's how it was the fireworks over the fort.
Right.
So anyway, well, that's cool. I'm sticking around here just to check things out. We have neighbors that are crazy. $3,000.
Yeah.
Kevin, what are you doing?
That's about it.
Fireworks are illegal here, so they have organized things at baseball stadiums and parks and Great American parks. So they'll have organized stuff, and you can kind of see them from our house. But we have dogs, so they get scared with people still shoot off M80s and stuff
Yeah.
here. So we turn up the TV loud and just watch TV with the animals and just enjoy the fireworks on TV, so that because
Yeah.
it used to really affect them, but now we've got
Do
it down. Mhm.
Do you get the head muffins for the dogs?
No, we just turn
I've
up
seen those.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd go for that, having stuff over their ears.
Oh,
But
That's a tough
Benadryl.
one.
yeah, we give them a little Benadryl. They're
Yeah,
chill.
or
Bourbon,
yeah.
bourbon.
Yeah,
And a
bourbon
piece of
works.
cheese, I would call it sleepy cheese for my dog.
I used to
we
have to do that because my dogs would go crazy, and that wasn't cool, right?
We
Yeah.
trained our dogs and took them out to the desert when we shot guns.
Real? Yeah.
So they were cool with it. They actually fell asleep during it. But
And how about you, Dan? What are you doing?
yeah.
Nothing, just hanging out here. I'm actually hanging out with the neighbors. We got a cul-de-sac, so we've got some fireworks going on here at the pier by the beach. So just hanging. It's too hot, quite frankly. It's awfully hot.
It's funny you mentioned cul-de-sac. It brought me back to a new series that's on Apple TV.
What is it?
Where this lady lives in a cul-de-sac, but basically everybody disappears. Well,
Yikes.
not
What is
everybody disappears, but I forget the name of it.
Oh, that's the one. I know the one. Yeah, it was on last year. It's a great one. Everyone watched it. Remember the whole world, the comets come over and they're dropping gas and the whole world becomes one
Yeah, I
collective
saw
mind.
some.
Yeah, one
Except
collective
for-
mind. Everybody's happy, and they don't eat animals anymore, and
No, but they eat people.
but
That's
they
the whole-
eat the people who die.
It's a great.
Is your cul-de-sac like that, Dan?
I don't think so. We do have bears. I know that
Oh,
people
you
are kind
do?
of surprised to see bears, but we have bears a lot actually, and big. I mean, black
Well,
bears, and they're not aggressive necessarily, but they're around, and it's kind of a problem. So I mean, it's a problem for them too, because they don't have anywhere to go, and so they get out into traffic and. But it is quite surprising to step outside and see a bear standing upright at about 4 or 5 feet tall and getting into your trash and go, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
I didn't know you were here. And the bear's looking at you. I didn't know you were here either.
Excuse me.
I live in a cul-de-sac too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
No bears. Deers, though, which are weird. Deers that run into the neighborhood.
We've had a deer coming in the backyard every other night. Yep.
Really?
Yep. Gnashing on the garden,
I was gonna
basically
say.
chewing on the cherry tree. Actually, she's a pretty good weed eater as well.
Mhm.
I haven't had to go out and weed as often.
Cool. Well, that's what we're doing. All right. Next week will be an interesting week because everyone will be coming down from the July 4th celebration. But I think we've got stuff going on all the way through the end of the year, right? 250th year. So
Yeah,
we're also into other
absolutely. And
things.
you're going to have stuff actually for the Revolutionary War over the next 4 years
All right. I'm good with that.
because all these different battles that took place
Yeah.
during the Revolutionary War. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow was Declaration of Independence, but the battles went on for what, till 1780, I think.
The 4 years? That sounds right, Art. I don't know.
I did see an AI representation of the Declaration of Independence being written and collaborated as a Word document, and then they edited it, and then it got sent to Kevin, and he had to do his part, and you redline your part, and then send it to John, and all that. Hey, what if we were writing the Declaration of Independence today, and say, oh, you got to edit section 3.
Hey, have you guys ever seen? I think it's HBO. Sam Adams, the
A little
series.
bit, yeah,
Now,
with Paul
It's
Giamatti.
it's really good. I think
Yeah.
there's only it's not 12 episodes, but it's historically correct, right?
Yeah.
And you get great actors. Paul
Yeah.
Giamatti.
Giamatti. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have
That
to check
guy's
it
in
out.
it.
What was the
It's
time frame
really
of Sam Adams?
well. It was during the Declaration of Independence. It's Ben
Okay.
Franklin's there, George Washington, Sam
Okay.
Adams,
Like
all of them.
early
It's
1800s.
Yep. It takes the to the Declaration. It's Sam Adams and Thomas Jefferson. If you
Right.
guys, so they were good friends, but they were politically opposed, which is wild, right? And they go through the whole thing, the whole Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the ratification of the Constitution, George Washington becoming president. They wanted to make him a king. He said,
Yep.
"No, I'll be a president." All the way until John Adams and Thomas Jefferson die 4th of July. They both die on the 4th of July.
I didn't realize
Oh,
that.
wow. Did you pick up Spy? It was out a few years ago during the Revolutionary War.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
What
that was all pretty much what do they call it? Real people's names, real
Um,
battles, real things that happened.
Wasn't it Benedict Arnold or not?
Yeah, Benedict Arnold was in it.
Benedict
Yeah.
Arnold.
Then
Did
the
you happen
guy,
to see President Trump out in North Dakota yesterday or the day before with the Rough Riders,
Oh, I did. Yeah.
and then going riding him into it, and then when he was in the museum itself, he actually interacted with an AI version of Theodore Roosevelt. So if you think about, they took all the context of Theodore Roosevelt and built a retrieval augmented generation
well,
of his knowledge base, tied that to an AI and LLM with voice and audio microphone. And so President Trump was saying, "Hey, what were some of the biggest challenges that you had during your administration?" And Teddy was talking back. It was like a hologram type of. It was very well done, very good timing. It was pretty engaging.
Wow.
Yeah.
no, I
I would
didn't see
imagine
that.
it could be. Yeah. Of course, we didn't see.
But that's
But
kind of been my idea. That's been our idea with
yeah.
Jamind and our story scribe stuff. And my co-founder with Derek had talked about why couldn't you do that with, say, a Winston Churchill? But then how great would it be if you could talk to Winston Churchill when he was 35? That would
Oh,
be a
easy.
different Winston Churchill than when he was 55, and the life experiences that they've had. You talk to Elvis during the 60s, during the Victor Records era, or talk to him during Sun Records, in the 50s and growing up.
Oh,
So,
wow.
the context is important, but being able to interact with your living legends, or
Right.
people from the
John F.
past. Marcus
Kennedy.
Aurelius, I've got one of those built.
Oh, yeah.
I do. I
Marcus
have all
Kennedy.
the meditations, the 26 things of meditations built as a rag, so you can talk to Marcus and ask about what it means to live a stoic life. So anyway, that was an interesting use of relevant AI here in the last few days.
Do you guys remember the Hall of Presidents at Walt Disney World or Walt
Mm.
Disney? The Hall of Presidents, they had all the animatronics of every single president, and it was terrible. They're on stage, and but as a kid, I would watch. They're all on stage. So you're watching the one talking, and then I'd look at the people who weren't talking, and they're like nodding and blinking their eyes. They're all animatronics,
Right.
but kind of reminds me of what you just said. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, wow, that's gonna happen. It's already happening,
It's
and I
already
think that's
happening. Yeah,
I think that's great. So imagine with education.
exactly.
Imagine it's no longer school because you could do it in the kitchen. You can bring Churchill in for dinner, and we're going to talk about World War II and the Blitz and how everything happened. And then, shit, you could bring in Hitler,
Instead of handing them a
right?
textbook and saying, read
Yeah,
this, and they're like, well, I don't want to read it. Well, here, talk to Winston Churchill.
it becomes an experience, not a
Sure.
rote memory thing that you're going to forget in 12 years anyway. And then
Yeah.
then that experience will carry for the rest of your life. Boy, Mozart, Shakespeare, could you?
Yeah. It's limitless. Yeah. Yep.
And even the bad guys,
Sure.
Hitler.
To learn from that too, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, what were you thinking, 80
Right.
Adolf? What was your what made you do that? And then you get into the deepness of what happened, where Mein Kampf came from and how all that stuff. Wow, that would be see, education is going to change. It's going to
For
be better,
sure. For
hopefully.
sure. And if you look at a lot of the public schools, probably needs to, quite frankly. I mean, it's a mess across the across the whole
Don't even
US.
get me going. It's
So,
like, yeah, yeah. We need a flood. Just wash it all away and start over.
yeah.
Cool.
So what do we got going on for next week?
Well, next week we're gonna have to recover from this week.
I know we've
Probably.
got many appointments.
Well, if you want to talk about robots real quick, it's very hot right now. It is. We're reaching well beyond theory, off the whiteboard. Now it's tactical. Really, is we're getting interest coming to us, and I think I said this a couple days ago. We're chasing the demand curve. Good place to be. We're not discovering or creating demand. It's out there. We just got to go follow it. The RFPs that are coming in across the country, the funnels. I'm very curious to see how PDS's cold call campaign went. I bet you every single person they talk to, without a doubt, whether it turns into a sale, that'd be
Right.
interesting.
It
But
showed the T300 in the follow me mode
yeah,
on LinkedIn.
Saw that.
That was cool.
it isn't it. That was so cool. And the
Mm.
more people that see that are gonna, well, I had no idea. I thought
Just
this
so the
was
audience knows what you're talking about, she waved her hands in front of it, and that's all you do to program it. Then it just followed her around the whole office there. And she was in a kind of a tight space too. So it
didn't
just
make a difference.
shows, yeah, it didn't bump into stuff.
And I
It didn't.
think for a lot of people, they to think, wait, I could use that around.
Yep.
I could
Right.
take my stuff from over there and
Yeah.
get it over there, and I don't need to hire. So wait, wow, like,
No more hand trucks.
right, right.
Yep. Yep.
No more hand trucks. No more. It's real. It's tactical.
Hmm.
It's real.
Hmm.
Isn't that expensive? It's not that
Nope.
expensive.
Nope.
Right.
And how about the ones that have the elevator, if that could have an elevator lift on them?
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. I've been seeing, I mean, Poodoo, I think Poodoo is actually more prevalent than anyone else out there. Their stuff is in all sorts of warehouses, cleanings, and
Yep.
everywhere. And then I think the three of us or the four of us all saw the new stuff that they've got. They're operating, their cloud, they're all that,
Cloud API.
Hmm.
that stuff.
Yep.
And that's where it is. And if this does take off, it's a classic story of starting scrubbing floors.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Nobody
it's
wants to
gonna
do
be
that. So
nobody wants to do it.
right.
And
As
it's gonna be soon enough where we're gonna have very, very intelligent embodied AIs that have nothing to do with the ones that were scraping the floors.
Right.
Yep.
But
as Greg has stated, nobody wakes up wanting to be a janitor.
so next week will be great. Next week, and then it's July already, guys. Now I'm gonna start doing the countdown to Christmas.
There you go.
I'm going to start doing the countdown to Twain.
There you go.
It's going to be here.
What are you talking about?
November 11th and 12th. Put it on your calendars. And then I do have a quick update on it. So City of Hope is like reach out to us. So we're gonna do
Oh.
charity golf on November 11th. I mean November 13th. Friday after the event. So everybody, if you want to play or sponsor golf, reach out to me, and it's going to be great. Try to raise a lot of money for it's for cancer research and compassionate care, City of Hope. So we'll have a webpage up next week or maybe 2 weeks for everybody to sign up.
Cool. Very
Nice, nice. And with that, it is 5 o'clock here in the East Coast. I want to thank Kevin Neal for being on the show. Kevin's from the West Coast, San Jose, correct?
Yeah, 74 degrees. It feels like 86. Probably 2 mile an hour wind. And no humidity. Sorry.
Look,
No,
lucky
no
you.
humidity.
Yeah,
We're,
but
we're 85% humidity and 90 or 91 and zero wind today. It's horrendous outside.
but you'll be on the tall ship, so have fun.
But I'll be on the
Yeah.
tall ship soon. We're
Yeah.
going to see the tall ships.
There you go.
Greg, thanks for being on the show. Mr. Western, nice stuff about, what was it, DMT and the mantis?
The praying mantis, man. I don't know.
Everyone, please like, follow, and share, and we'll see you all next week.
Happy birthday,
Friday.
America. Happy birthday, America.
Happy 250.